You knew that the guy who was Kumar and Harold and Kumar actually was part of the presidential. Do you think that they screen Harold and Kumar movies in the White House?
Oh,
because he left being in the cabinet to go work on like I think it was the Harold and Kumar Christmas movie, and then he came back. So do you think
he also left House?
Yes,
he was on House during that time, and he was like, "Oh yeah, guys, I can't come back like from the mid-season break. I'm working with Obama," and then they're just like,
"Yep, kill him off.
Do
kill him."
They kill him really unceremoniously too.
Yeah.
Do you think Hugh Laurie was like, Obama cucked me? Like, just... I got cucked by Obama.
But yeah, we will see. Maybe one day we can get Carl Penn on the show to tell us the story and answer those crucial questions. What he watched on the White House with Barack Obama. But for now, hello and welcome to the AWKWARDCast, where ANY and Keyframe wonder about random drivel. And today with us for the very first time, the Gerbatron. Gerbatron, I got it.
You can just call me Gerber. That's my last name.
I might go for Gerber then. It's easier.
It's very easy.
It's easier. That's true. And since you are here for the very first time, and the people out there are probably wondering, who are you? What do you do? And why should they care?
I can answer most of this. I don't know why they should care about me, but I can answer some parts of this. So, if you know me, if you've watched this podcast, you've known Salty DK Dan and Binjo Monkey have been on.
True.
I collaborate with them pretty frequently. We've been friends for a long time. We went to the same high school, so I'm a Twitch streamer. If you watch Derek's Have You Heard About videos, I am in the popular ones. I'm gonna totally stroke my ego right there.
He's the one with the puffy hair and the glasses and doesn't look dead inside.
Okay.
In the drawing, let's just
in the drawing. Well, Pasty always looks tired in every time Derek draws him, so just like real life.
But yeah, I work with Derek on those, but on my own stuff, I am an amateur filmmaker. I put out 2 short films. I'm working on a third. Whenever the world gets better enough that I can film, I will do a third one. And I do and I'm unemployed, so I Twitch stream.
Professionally unemployed.
Yeah, I'm professionally unemployed, so I'm a Twitch streamer. And I also run my own podcast, The 5 Idiots. We do it live on my Twitch sometimes. Just gonna shamelessly plug my podcast.
Oh, absolutely!
Right
Please do.
In a podcast.
Well, now you're legally obligated to start a beef with this podcast.
Oh, yes, I forgot.
Yeah. We're fighting audio for an audio-only boxing match. That's how YouTubers in the internet.
Yeah, meet us behind the KFC. We'll throw hands.
Only if it's the KFC Taco Bell. I want to be able to get Taco Bell if I really want them there. Come on, you like the American staple of the dual restaurant?
No, it's just the idea of the conjoined smell of Taco Bell grease and KFC grease and them intermingling. Like, that just sounds like the worst thing ever.
It is. It's not. It's like, we have one around here, and that's like the Taco Bell that's open late, so if I'm just like, damn, I'm sad, I'm gonna go get Taco Bell at 1 a.m, I have to go to that one, and it's like, it's a real gut punch when you're just like, oh man, I can smell the grossness of KFC and Taco Bell. Can I get a Baja Blast?
I mean, don't insult Taco Bell in front of ANY. I mean, Taco Bell is like... The joke will never get old, not in my reality.
Listen, I can't insult Taco Bell too much. It's not that... It's bad, but in a good way.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Max can't forgive Taco Bell for discontinuing a menu item from the 90s or something.
Yeah, and it was 15 years of anticipation between my first visit to the US and my return to the US, and for those 15 years I was like, God, I remember the Taco Bell stuff. God, it was so awesome. God, I can't wait for eating it again. But yeah, as we figured out by now, they probably discontinued it. So when I was in 2016 for the first time back in the US, Key actually took me to a Taco Bell.
Yeah, there was a Taco Bell right down from the hotel we were staying at. No one was in the Taco Bell.
It was also like 11 at night or something.
It wasn't 11 at night, but it was in the evening, and we're eating the Taco Bell, and Max just gets progressively sadder, and it's just, this is gross.
Yeah.
And then we went back to the hotel room and watched one of the presidential debates between Hillary Clinton and Trump.
What
an
evening.
What an evening.
That's such an amazing like night. It's like a story in itself. You could frame an entire like film in in those moments of just progressively getting sadder and sadder in a Taco Bell, and then you just throw in like politics at the end just to really mood whiplash.
What's that one movie that is the guy leaves with the woman that's about to get married, and they go on the bus, and then you just see them get progressively more, like,
the Bachelor or something.
Yeah, it's like that, but just
The
The Graduate.
The Graduate. Thank you. I knew it was something.
The Graduate. Yeah, it had those vibes of just, man, this is how this day ended.
this also, I believe, was one of the worst cons we were to, and it was the last time this con happened, and it was a con where you got your blisters on your feet. There are so many stories from this weekend.
Hey, it wasn't the worst con. There was that wonderful diner.
Oh, the diner was the best part of the entire con.
And then like and the rides that we went to on Six Flags were really cool. Before my blisters blew up on my feet.
But here's the thing: I don't mean the trip as the worst trip. I mean specifically the con as the worst con we have been to.
Our poor friend Robin had a panel scheduled, and when we got to the panel hall, another person had the panel in there. And so luckily the girl was just like MVP, really chill, and we just put the panels together.
They had a little bit of overlap in the topic, but at the end of the day, they just sat there and were like, okay.
Cosplayer!
Yeah, so what is your take on this completely different thing I just talked about related to your own profession? So it was pretty amazing in and of itself.
Bless their hearts, but Jesus Christ. Anyways, but yes, Gerber is one of my friends. He does Twitch streaming. He does a bunch of things, and his podcast is probably a little bit more structured than ours.
No, it's not. You have a video for guests to like introduce how this thing works. We're just like, all right, we record Tuesday nights, Tuesday at like 4:45. Hey, what do you guys want to talk about?
Okay, that makes me feel good about myself. But yeah, Gerber, what has been going on recently in the life of the Gerber Life program? Like, is there anything you want to share? Some fantastic stories? I mean, you did have like the saddest experience at an Asian market the other day.
Oh
boy.
Yeah. Yesterday I was like, all right, I want to get out of the house. I've been like cooped up in here. Too many Gerbers around. I need to get around. I need to get around other people, but I didn't want to interact with anyone, so I just went by myself. And I was like, all right, we're going to the Asian market.
I'm sorry, Gerber. When you say there's too many Gerbers, I don't imagine your family. I'm just imagining clones of you, but in different outfits.
Hey, Gerber 2, can you go get me a sandwich? That's how my life works. All the clones.
It's just one. No, it's just you with a lot of mirrors. It's like a fun house.
Or they are actually like the clones are something. I imagine them something a little bit like Pokemon, so they look more like the cartoony version that who was it who draws them? Derek? But they look like your cartoony version, so there are a dozen of them, and like Pokemon, they can only say their own name, so it's like Gerber.
God, I would hate that.
What if they're only like this big, like they're Furby size, so they're just walking around like goddamn tribbles, like.
And you are just like, God, there are too many Gerbers around here. I need to go to the Asian market.
Yes. Now continue about the Asian market.
Yeah, so I was like, let me go by myself, and I was like, all right, tonight. I was like, okay, it looks kind of meh out. I don't think people will be there. I started driving there, and it was the foggiest day. I could not see anything besides my car on the drive there, and I was like, am I in danger? Is this a good idea for some ramen? And I was like, I've already made this commitment. Mm-hmm. I'm like, I am not turning around. So I got there, and like the day cleared up, which was nice. But then the line for the store was wrapped around the building. I was like, oh. But I was like, all right, I'm gonna go in to do something here. So I went to this stationery store to get something for my girlfriend because she likes stationery stuff, and I was like, I don't write with pens or anything, so you got to tell me what you want. So I got her something, and I was like, okay, there's no chance. I waited for like half an hour just to get in. So I was like, there's no chance I'm gonna get into any other store. I've been kind of wanting the new Persona game. I'm gonna go to the GameStop, look at it, and be like, will I buy it? But by doing that, I basically confirmed I spent the time to drive there. I may as well buy it.
Yeah.
It was tricking myself into doing it, is how I have to spend money at this point.
The reason that the Asian market was so full.
I don't
Like,
know.
What was happening that particular day? That was just like everyone in the fucking county area was like, you know what sounds good? Ramen and fucking over Mr. Gerbatron.
Like, I was really like, I've seen it busy. Like, usually you have to wait online to get into to the big, like, so it's like multiple stores. It's like this whole like shopping plaza of like a bunch of stores that have like imported goods. But there's the big grocery store that has like all this stuff. Like, because I was in Japan for like 4 months for school. So they have a lot of products that like I got when I was there that made me really happy. But but the store normally has a line because it's like with COVID they can only let a certain number of people in. So normally you wait for like 15 minutes. I saw the same people like after waiting for half an hour and then shopping in another store. I saw some people still online from when I pulled up. So I was like, I'm not waiting this. I'm not doing this.
See,
like,
what you needed to do was just drive your car into the store. No one's going to cut in line of a moving car.
Except for those cops that then come right after.
You got to be fast about it. You got to be fast about it. As long as you drive in, stick your arm out the window, grab what you want, be like, all right, I'll just yeet my credit card over.
Yeah, shut up here, take my money.
It's like Uber Eats, you know? Just quick pickup. It's efficient.
It's do-it-yourself Uber Eats.
Yeah, it's
DIY Eats.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But, yeah, I have no idea why it was busy. I now have a vengeance against it that I'm gonna go on Monday because I want my food that was there, and I don't want to have to wait in the line again. And I'm gonna, if I get cucked again for not being able to go in, I'm gonna be mad. Then it will be war.
You're gonna declare war
Well,
on
it's
an
just
Asian market.
I don't know how I'm gonna declare war on it. It's just more of the idea of I will not stop until I get like the pre-prepared food they have.
You'll wear a shirt that has the picture of a tank on it and just call yourself the tank. Like,
yeah.
Oh my god. But yeah, besides that, has anything else been going on? Or has life been mundane?
Life has been a little mundane. I just built my first computer like recently for my birthday. So I decided the first game I would stream on my $1,000 gaming computer would be Undertale.
Perfect.
That sounds like a solid plan.
Yeah, I was like, I've never played Undertale. I have a $1,000 gaming computer, and Undertale can be run on a toaster. So my thought exactly was, let's make this a gag.
Nice.
That would have been like playing original Doom. The game that can be put on a TI calculator.
If I ever, in the off chance I ever get a car with a screen, I would like to be able to mod it to run Doom. Just because you can do that, and it would be kind of cool to just be like, hey guys, for like 15 minutes before I gotta go in somewhere, you guys want to play some Doom?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the video where a person was able to mod a pregnancy test to play Doom?
No, but that sounds fantastic.
It's just as fantastic as you would think. And it astounds me. Oh, but yeah. So, if that's all that Gerber, Max, tell us the goings on in your life.
The goings on in my life, yes. So, first one might be a little bit of spoilers for the vlog that I just uploaded earlier, because this week I got my contract for a new flat. Which thank you. Unless the landlord for some reason gets my signed contract and is like, nah, I changed my mind. Unless that happens, we are going to have a new flat, which then in the near future we will go through the joy of moving. Yay! But no, actually, very much looking forward to this. It will be a little bit more or less an upgrade to the current one, just a living room a little bit bigger, a proper kitchen, even comes with a tiny garden. So yeah, looking forward to that one. And besides that, I mean, I'm trying to think. The only other bigger event this week will be my media, so I probably don't necessarily want to talk about this one. Has anything else happened? Now I need to keep stalling until Key is back.
Yeah, unfortunately, the baton has been thrown away from me, so I cannot help you.
Yeah, it's true. That's the rules. You can never rejoin the conversation once you had your turn on a specific segment of the show. That's the rules. It's how it is, sadly.
I don't know why you made it so strict.
I know, honestly... I know. It's my Germanness. It's like, nah, everything needs to be strict and efficient, and I'm sorry. It keeps happening.
My lazy, dumb American brain is just like, jump into a conversation, make it about yourself, do it.
Nice. No, but beyond that, it's like, that's the thing with, you are in lockdown, so we are in lockdown in Germany, so I have been in home office for almost a year now due to the Rona situation, and yeah, so it's like work. You don't go out to watch movies or anything. We ordered Kentucky Fried Chicken the other day, so that's an event that happens this week.
I find it interesting that multiple cultures around the world just like one universal constant I know, because it's a big thing in Japan too, is Kentucky Fried Chicken. Like, that to me, like, as an American, is like the bottom tier of like fried chicken restaurants. Like,
come back to Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Yes.
My headphones leak audio, which apparently is a normal thing for good mixing headphones. And I can't come back in because I had to step out. And I fucking hear the one universal constant in Japan is Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Yeah, but now in Germany it's actually just a fast food chain that exists. But in Japan it's actually high. Oh, you were there. You probably know better than I do. I only have secondhand knowledge.
Okay, so this time they don't have like the ham, turkey, or whatever you have.
They eat KFC.
Yeah,
that's their.
I was kind of mad this year because we were talking about what we were doing for Christmas, and I was like, parents, listen, nothing's going to go on. We're not going anywhere. We should just celebrate the Japanese way and get KFC. And my mom was like, no, we're going to have all the like expensive fixings and whatever like normal you would have on Christmas. Like, stop being lame, Mom. And I just kind of walked away.
Yeah, stop being lame and give me my 8-piece bucket.
Exactly.
Like, come on.
You get those mashed
German
potatoes
KFC
that are
was
gross.
the first time that I saw fries at KFC, and now we have fries here in America, and it still does not feel right. But German KFC also had the double down still, which makes me very concerned.
That gross part of my brain.
You know what the double down is.
Oh, the double down. It's just back, I believe.
Isn't it just like 3 pieces of chicken, but 2 pieces of chicken are bread in quotation marks?
Instead of, it's 2 pieces of chicken, and then they put like the cheese and the actual things you would find in a chicken sandwich in between. So, it's just instead of bread, like a normal. This thing is a keto person's dream and everyone else's nightmare.
And what about? Have you heard of the chicken sandwich that instead of bread, it's 2 glazed donuts?
Yes. And that's all you need to know, is that I know that it exists.
You look so concerned.
Oh boy! Even when you go on the homepage of German Kentucky Fried Chicken, there.
Like foreign
You
countries
said-
give America.
we live in a society. But also, look, their health standards are higher, so this is probably higher quality fast food than what we have. But at the end of the day, it's still
Whoa.
fried chicken with a bunch of meat, cheese, and bacon in it. Like that looks like it has the nutritional value of a stick of butter. Like,
Yeah, that was like especially when we went on the order page the other day. We ordered Kentucky Fried Chicken. That's how this started. And Denim was also like, with all the health in Germany, with the higher health standard, how is
stands that I remember the last time we went there, because there was a KFC that was by where you lived, and we went there a fair bit before it closed down. And I remember the first time I was seeing that the Double Down was on there, and there was just this little part of me of, I kind of want to try it, but I know this is not a good. It was like, I want to, but I would be disappointed in myself, and I didn't know if I could live with that. I'm disappointed in myself for many things. Eating a KFC Double Down with my own money dollars is not one of them that I would want to have.
If it makes you feel better, I also chickened out, no pun intended, when we ordered the other day, and I was like, I go for normal chicken bits. I'm.
Yeah, no, we're not. You know what? I'm proud of you because you are more shameless than I am.
I mean, Chrissy, it's that same curiosity I always get whenever I see a food challenge. Like, if I what I really want to do is like, can you eat 50 pork dumplings in one sitting? And pork dumplings are like one of my favorite.
I would do that. I would do that.
Pork dumplings are like one of my favorite things to eat. So I'm like, that little part of my brain is like, try it. You know you can't, but try it.
The thing that's with me is spice challenges, because I have a really high spice tolerance. I will drink ghost pepper sauce. So
I have drank ghost pepper salsa.
I
That is one of my claim to fame.
But like, God, there was also. But you know, I would do shit like that. I will eat disgusting food, but not from a normie place like KFC. I mean, I was the person of the three, being the two boys being Max and Brett, and me, who when we went to the Heart Attack Grill, which was already a thing to try to convince them to go to, but it was my birthday, so I got to use my selfish card. You were game, was not.
You went to the Heart Attack Grill? So we had a conversation I had a conversation about the Heart Attack Grill with some people, and Pasty, who's another part of the Soul Deacon Dan channel, and his partner Forrest. Forrest is from England, so we were trying to introduce some American things for when Forrest comes to the States, and I was like, we're taking the most American place ever, the Heart Attack Grill.
Oh, the Heart Attack Grill was so great. Like, I don't want to derail your week, Max.
Oh, I was basically stalling. I mean, I talked about having ordered out dinner from Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Okay,
this is where I reached.
So
I was reaching.
I don't have a lot of my week, so I'm just going to share stories with Gerber.
Yes.
So when we went to Vegas, so this was first of all, we went to Vegas right before the storm hit, basically. Like, dangerously close. Like, we went to Disney, and 2 days later, Disney closed.
Oh my God.
He went back. He flew back home the day before the borders closed.
Oh my God.
My birthday was like the perfect eye of the storm before all hell broke loose. But
this was the point in time where you still could buy toilet paper at the supermarket. So right before not. To give a...
No, I mean, here's the thing. Remember when we went to Target the day before you had to leave?
Oh no, you're right. It just started. Yes.
But before that part, when we went to Vegas, in the happier times, we went to the Heart Attack Grill because we went to this place called the Fremont Street Experience, which is we were at that place more than we were on the actual Vegas Strip, because that place was just cool, and it had an arcade and a karaoke place and a fucking bar with free bowling, and they had a mechanical bull penis. It's exactly what you think it is. But we went to the Heart Attack Grill, and little Maxie and Brett order little single burgers like wimps, and I ordered a double, and I was able to finish it, which is an achievement given my piss baby of a stomach. Meanwhile, we look over our shoulders, and there's this fucking Chad who's eating a quintuple burger that's like this tall, and we made eye contact for a bit and being like, "You do it, man. You do it." But that place was a great experience. A bunch of frat boys catcalled me because I got spanked in public, so that was a fun day. You're not getting more context than that.
I feel like, well, I mean, I know the rules of the Heart Attack Grill, and that's the basic amount of context you need, because there's not much else.
The thing is that it's usually for people who don't finish their food, but we all finished it, and the girl was like, "So no one here wants to get spanked?"
You know, maybe it would have been better without the context, because now I know more about you than I thought I would ever know.
Okay, no. I'm not saying that. I'm saying I just wanted the full experience, and people weren't gonna let me get the wine, the bag of wine that's in an IV bag, so I might as well have gotten the other thing. I'm not revealing anything about myself that isn't already publicly known. But yeah,
Okay.
but yeah, when we went to Target the day before Max had to leave because we were getting like iced tea and stuff, we were looking at aisles, and there were just like the dog food aisle, which was empty. All the big bottles of liquor that's in one section were gone. The makeup section was completely empty, which that was the one that confused me. Who the fuck are you going to go see? Especially since makeup expires.
Yeah, stockpiling makeup is like, why do you stockpile it for a period where you're not allowed to go out?
Yeah, the thing I was happy about was seeing the dog food aisle clear. It's like, okay, they're caring about their pets. Priorities. I respect that. I don't respect the other things. Because I think Max was going to find hand sanitizer at the same time, and it was like everything was just picked clean. Even the little, like, things that you would have at the store was just empty. It's like, Jesus H. Christ. But, yeah, my week. Hi. Uneventful, in general. Was it this week? I remember something that happened recently was I was in a call in Derek's server with the friends, with the boys, and I have made a reputation for myself, I think, in the server. And I don't know if Gerber can attest or not. I am the one who knows way too many things about things that no one cares about. Because
you do have that, like, obscure, not like, so I really like, you're the other person, you, me, and Monster Review, for YouTube Monster Reviews, can talk, like, movies for, like, 45 minutes to, like, an hour, back and forth, like, the three of us. But, like, you tend to know, like, the most obscure things that, like, some, like, a lot of times, me and Monsters, we'll have to Google. Because you'll bring something up and like, what?
I think the thing that started a rabbit hole was I was talking about Inspector Gadget and how that was actually the Prometheus of Inspector Gadget was a failed spin-off of Lupin the Third that was supposed to take place in the future. Because I was saying how Goemon can cut the moon, and then I brought up the spin-off show where Gadget's brain gets put into a little kid, and everyone's just like, "Why do you know this? What is this?" And then it fully culminated to the Meet the Deedles movie, which I talked about last podcast, which was great. Hail, I apparently have a cult now, and I'm very proud of that.
Hail Sod.
But, Hail Sod. But the other thing that happened this week was yesterday we had the second art jam that I do every month, and the theme was short and sweet, and Tia, Glitchy Bits, was our guest, and it was actually, you know, besides the internet problems in the beginning, it was really fun. She made an entire character design that me and her collaborated on, and I started a piece. Let me.
Spoilers.
Well, it's only the underpainting. It's like the evolution line, but it's going to be a dachshund going from newborn worm pup to like a fully grown dachshund doing. And it's based because Brett's parents has a little dachshund named Charlotte, who is the biggest princess in the entire world. Like, you know, fully stereotypical brown, short-haired wiener dog that is too smart for her own good. So I wanted to do that because that is the dogs. But it was really fun. A bunch of people drew things. My friend Mr. Phoenix, who we've had on the show, actually did like a little animation on there, doing. If I retweeted it, but it was of the little Dawn sprite for Pokemon Legends, which that all happened this weekend for us Pokemon fans, where we see once again that Pokemon fans are just never happy.
You telling me people aren't happy about Funko Pop Pokemon?
It looks fine.
Oh, it does. I like it.
Yeah, I like it. People are just whiny little piss babies who apparently are fine with the goofy sprites but don't like them when they become 3D, and they're not happy that the game they've been asking to be remastered for 15 years finally gets it, and you're getting an open world Pokemon game, which you've been asking for forever, and they finally did it, and we're getting a new Pokemon Snap that looks beautiful. Fucking people just need to shut up and not be entitled. You could have gotten nothing. You could have gotten nothing.
Live my life. Don't care about Diamond and Pearl. That's how I live. I'm gonna say it. I don't like those games. I'll die on this hill.
I mean, my favorite games were like Soul Silver and Gold. Like I didn't do Pokemon during the DS period because I think the only thing I don't remember the games. I had a Nintendo DS, but I mostly played my Game Boy. I liked Game Boy more, and when I had the DS, I would just use it to play Game Boy games.
I mean, come on, guys, please get on my level. I haven't played a single Pokemon game ever.
You're lucky. But
you live a good life.
You live a good life. But no, besides that, my week was generally uneventful, besides the fact that insomnia is a fun thing. But yeah, besides that, I guess the only other thing would be my media, which I need to link.
Yes, please. Link it to me.
It's a YouTuber that I want to plug.
What a rare occasion.
All right. And his name is Billiam.
Oh, I love Billiam's channel.
Yeah. So a lot of people probably have seen like his Scooby-Doo reviews be in their recommended, and I actually have not watched those, because like I plan to talk about the Scooby movies and stuff on my channel, and I don't want to accidentally repeat him. So I didn't watch that, but he's been doing a thing where he talks about like weird toy trends and stuff, and like product trends that were in the 90s and 2000s, like toys that were all messengers or spy gear, or like the games that were just little LCD monitors, and all that kind of stuff. And I love that because I like weird things. I just like seeing the trends of yesterday. He did a whole thing about Furbies too, which I'm blaming I blame all of you people for making Furbies a thing. They didn't have to be, but you people fucking bought them, and you know who you are. But I really recommend his stuff because he has a very like, not trying too hard energy, but he genuinely enjoys what he does, and I respect him for going the extra mile to try to, when he's doing these toy things. And keep in mind, most of these toys are from the 2000s or the 90s, so they are 20-some years old, 30-some years old, and he goes out of his way to try to find as much of them as possible. Okay. Which is...
So, on a scale from Nick Robinson to Frederick Knudsen, where would you put Billiam?
I would say he's firmly in Scott the Woz.
Okay.
That's a high tier. That
is a high tier. I mean, I've recommended Scott on the show before, but...
And Nick Robinson. I was only able to beat you to Knudsen.
But Scott was... But yeah, he definitely has Scott energy, especially going into things that people don't usually talk about. Because, he talks about like cartoons and stuff sometimes, but it's not like, it's kind of like how Scott will talk about video games that other people don't talk about, but it's not like angry video game nerd kind of thing where it's like really old. It's just talking about different parts of history. And that includes stuff like trends and things that kind of got thrown to the wayside because there was something bigger. And it's content that you don't expect to enjoy, but you really enjoy, not just for the personality, but also the thing of, hey, I just felt my brain get a little bit bigger. Thanks, Bill, Liam. So, but I mean, his whole branding is Billiam, hipster trash, which I respect.
Yeah.
I guess the people who wouldn't like Billiam is if you don't like Scott the Woz, which is what's wrong with you. But also, like, you know, if you're not someone who's really into things that involve, like, I guess you can call it social history, where, you know, because these things do go into, like, why did we enjoy this thing, or why did this thing die out? And if that's not something that tickles your pickle, then it's like you're not gonna get much out of it. I feel like his personality can bring you through it, even if that's not your subject of choice when you watch something. But, you know, if you're just like, I don't care about, like, I'm looking at this. I see chat toys are weird. I don't care. I don't want to know this stuff. I just want to go watch Tiger King. Then, you know, you're not going to enjoy it if you prioritize Tiger King over learning a new thing.
I want to take a leap here and say that somebody who enjoys Tiger King can probably not enjoy anything we ever recommended on this show. I mean, we are trash. We are trash and recommended a lot of really, really shitty things.
I recommended what was that thing? John drinks water.
Yeah, and I recommended what the furry anime fighting thing. I forgot the name.
Killing Bites.
Yes, Killing Bites. That
so,
top tier trash.
Yeah, but if you want my recommendations of which things from Billiam as like a good starting point, I think, like, I mean, I've heard that his Scooby stuff is really good. I mean, he does get into it. Poor boy, poor man, because he does so many of them in like successive order, which means he's had to watch like 50 years of a franchise that has, while I love it, a formula. So try having like 50 years of the same cookie. But I would say, like, his Pixel Chicks one is really good. His Spy Gear one is fun. And he also did one on, like, cameras that are with consoles. So, like, the PlayStation Eye and the Kinect camera and all that stuff, which sounds like such a boring topic. But God, if he makes it fun. Mostly because he goes around Orlando, Florida and says, I chose to live here. But yeah, so that's my media. Go watch Billiam. Go get a better go fill your suggested feed with good things and not trash. Not us.
Exactly, that's what my media is
mine.
for. But before that, Gerber, do you have you brought us a media?
Yes, so I was a little stuck on what to do it, but Chrissy kind of inspired this because I thought to use another YouTube channel that, like, I fell down the rabbit hole again, and it's not down the rabbit hole, unfortunately. That would have been a really, really good
it's not
segue.
Frederick.
It is.
It's not Frederick. Nice guy. Was on one of my streams once because
really?
he's playing a game. He was playing. We have some mutuals, and he's playing a game with my girlfriend, who was on my stream, just kind of chatting with me. And she was like, "Can I add him to the call?" And I was like, "All right," but I'm putting him in the description.
It was fun. It was funny seeing him play chess with Derek and completely wiping the floor with him.
He kicked my. I played chess against him. He kicked my ass. He's good. But mine is, I'm putting it in chat. It is, I recently fell down the Defunct Land rabbit hole again.
The Defunct Land rabbit hole.
Every once in a while.
I love Defunct Land.
Every once in a while, you just kind of start watching Defunct Land, and then you're like, oh, I'm 36 episodes deep, and I now know way too much about the tenure of Michael Eisner at Disney. But I particularly want to shout out his Times Square Toys R Us video, because
that one is great.
I grew up like 40 minutes north of New York City, but we would go down pretty frequently. And when I was a kid, when you're a kid, you go down to, when you're in the city and like that giant Toys R Us is open, you go in a lot. So I grew up like kind of just going in there like every couple months, just like having a good time. I didn't really buy too much because not rich,
But
can't buy
that place
toys all
was
the time.
that place was expensive as hell
Yeah.
too, because it's
Yeah,
the
fair.
Times Square.
Also-
But I went to that place too. That place was a fucking wonderland.
That's a
And
very
it's like-
recent one, even.
Yeah, and like not even the idea of like not going money, but not spending money there, but just going there as a kid. It's kind of like a magical experience because it's like this big toy wonderland where you could just kind of hang out. There's a Ferris wheel. They've got like arcade. They had like arcades at one point, but then it closed.
They
It
had a
closed
mechanical
down.
dinosaur. They had candy that was like the size of your head.
It felt like this video should feel like a corporate ad because it's him just giving like the history of it with like some nice fun anecdotes about it like being a business. But man, like feeling like growing up there, I got pretty emotional watching it. I was like, oh my god, this is so nostalgic for me. It's like this part of me like being recapped in like this corporate, like if Toys R Us bought this as an ad, it would be really effective.
Mm-hmm.
But isn't
And-
Toys R Us dead? I know
No.
that.
No,
I-
they brought it back. They brought it back as like Jeffrey's Toy Box or
Ah.
something. Like I don't think they have brick and mortar stores anymore.
They
So
have
it's like an
one.
online
They have one
thing?
in Jersey, like not far from me
yeah.
actually.
I mean, Toys R Us was a thing in Germany too, and I believe it disappeared here too.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, sorry, Defunctland.
Yeah, but I am someone like weirdly enough as like a filmmaker, I cannot stand documentaries. Like I think my attention span is too short for most documentaries because if like especially I've Netflix documentaries have pissed me off with how their pacing is because instead of being like one movie, it's like episodes and you'll just be like, all right, we're gonna stretch this story into 4 episodes and it's like, tell me it in one. No
it's
more.
like that Epstein documentary they did that was 8 episodes long.
It was good. It was just like the pacing was so bad at points where I'm like, I could literally skip episodes like 4 and 5 and probably still get the same story. And I don't like that. So to me, the fact that Defunctland has made documentaries that like work for someone like me whose just brain is just like, all right, this 45-minute video about the 1922 World's Fair in Coney Island works is astounding.
Mm-hmm.
Like, definitely just
Oh, man.
recommend his channel to anyone. Like,
No.
of course, he said
Yeah.
Billiam lets you like learn some knowledge while having a good time. I would say the same thing. Like his like Defunctland's
yeah.
sense of humor is kind of dry at points, but like that's kind of his thing, and it
I
works.
mean, like, yeah, it definitely does. My favorite Defunctland that's are either the Superstar limousine that was the first one of the first rides that was at California Adventure. And
Yes.
it got closed down because it was so bad because they had to reformat it into like a slow dark ride because originally it was supposed to be this super fast thing where you're trying to escape the paparazzi. But like a few months before the park opened, Princess Diana died because of the paparazzi.
That's such poor
So-
timing.
But Michael Eisner was like, no, we have to reformat this, and that's what happened. But the other one is there was a Black Cauldron attraction that was in Disneyland Japan, and that documentary is interesting because doesn't exist anymore, and that makes me sad because it was fucking cool. And it was the only acknowledgement of the Black Cauldron that I'm ever gonna hear Disney say. But Defunctland is really good. I agree with Gerber.
Yeah, I don't really have much else to say on him because
Fair.
it's just like he kind of hits he'll take time between videos. Like there's some weird like delays between uploads, but that's because he puts an obnoxious amount of work into every single one.
Yeah.
And
It
I mean-
really is long form content
But-
with effort.
That considered, I mean, I look like he still manages to put out around about 2 per month, which is like that's an upload frequency I can only dream of. So for long-term comments, this is good.
Yeah. Man, watching the Toys R Us one, yeah, Gerber, you know this, like the clip at the end where the manager is like reading out like a bunch of things to the employees because the place is about to close. It was
Yeah.
like, I felt like Oh, and then laughter because they were listing of all the things of like what obnoxious customers would say every day of like, is the candy free?
Like it shouldn't like that. Like the idea of like I've worked retail before, and never have I cared particularly much. Like if my like I don't like working. I never liked working retail. It sucks. But like the fact that people who worked at the Hoosier Wrestling, he said people worked there really long time, and they stayed there and they were happy and they were really sad when it closed. Like that's kind of nice. Where can I sign up for? Where can I sign up for something like that? Like I don't want to work retail
You
for a
first
long
have to
time.
find a time machine and go back to like 2002.
Damn it.
Damn
be a little bit harder.
But yeah, Defunctland. Go check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about
Well-
you, Max?
Well, now after those two examples of YouTube content that will potentially make you smarter or can be considered a valuable investment of your time.
What trash anime did you watch?
No, not a trash anime. But today, it's something that is happening rare on the show, but every now and then it has to happen. Shameless self-promotion. Kind of. That's a reaction, alright? No, it's not just shameless
Is
self-promotion.
this a penguin?
I have it ready, but no spoilers. I'm getting there. For observers of my YouTube channel, you might have noticed that yesterday, for the second time, I did a far too long live stream of Honey Pop Double Date in cooperation with the voice in my head named Wolfhead and
Are you enjoying the game?
yeah, that's the thing. I probably also should give a little bit of actual talk about the game. So, I mean, my final lead over will be check out my Let's Play on my Let's Play channel. Link in the description. But no. For starters, go into... I picked a... This is actually from yesterday's stream. The VOD of it. I picked a part where the ladies can be shown without instantly being ban material.
So when they're wearing clothes,
basically.
okay.
No, I played a version where they are never where everything always stays covered mostly, but I want to specifically draw attention. I want to specifically draw attention to this beautiful outfit that I'm rocking there. So the game costs $20. After my first stream where I simulated an Asgard with a piece of fabric that I borrowed from denim, before yesterday's stream I got myself an actual Asgard and an actual like fancy robe.
Did you spend more money on a costume than the game you're playing?
I spent more than 3 times the amount of money on the costume I'm wearing than I spent on
Max!
the game. It's an actual Asgard and an actual robe.
Fantastic. I commend.
Encourage him, Gerber.
Hold on. I gotta say, I commend anyone that will like do something for a bit. As you know, I built a $1,000 gaming computer and then played Undertale on it. I am someone that loves bits. I'm buying a green screen for this reason.
Did somebody say green
don't,
screen?
no.
I have it up. I have it up today, so you don't have to worry. I cannot suddenly make Sonic the Hedgehog disappear me doing the floors. I actually need to remove my face. Damn it. I actually need to remove my face cam for this to happen. And
I have to withstand this. Not just every week. I withstand this every day.
Chrissy, don't worry. When I get my green screen, you're going to be in a group call, and I'm going to do stupid things with it.
I mean, that's just revenge for all the fucking OBS overlays that I made, including the one that's your face.
Oh God, that one's so scary.
And said Shaggy, of course.
Well, can Sad Shaggy pop up? Okay, that's just the close-up.
That's the close-up, yes. There's Sad Shaggy.
The other ones, I don't know if the square orientation could make it work. Like this one, you only see the hint of the between two ferns. The next one is cursed. Because this one, oh my god, it will work.
Where's
my
your
mouth?
mouse? Where is your
Where's
mouse?
my,
Indeed.
where,
See,
where?
there
we are.
Ah, there we are.
Oh, this is awful. This is.
I hate to have you heard about one you've made. That one's a hell
okay,
nightmare.
well this one's just a dumb joke.
Is this a real world?
Oh yeah.
There we go.
Oh look, Gerber is the one that's up while Pasty is erroneously cut off. Why don't this one, Gerber?
It's scary, but also I would love
Sure.
I would love for Derek to use it for a video.
We just need to convince him. We just need to convince him.
I feel like it would say.
Oh shit! That was a brutal one.
That one was one that I made for Sean. This one is just the bite of 87.
Can you do the Markiplier line? Can you give us the line?
Is that the bite of 87?
Perfection.
This one is just a Vine compilation. This one was specifically for Derek. Oh, and this one is Good Mythical Morning. I actually removed the background. This is their actual microphone.
Ooh.
And then, this one was just, I think I was just had to zoom in. Wait, what is this image source?
Oh no. Now you can never go back to your original zoom. You are stuck like this forever.
You have no idea where to go.
There's an image in here, and I need to know where it is because sometimes I just throw images off screen. I guess it just doesn't exist. Anyways,
Honey Pop 2.
There we go.
Ah, there we go.
Yeah,
Honey
sorry,
Pop 2. No
off the
problem.
rails.
Oh, no problem. So yeah, what would I say about this game? I mean, first of all, it's not for the kids. So there is a reason that this is one of the. It is potentially the highest profile and production value game that's banned on Twitch. Just outright banned. Like, they ban... I checked it, so it was banned before it came out. They banned the first one back in the day, and they banned Honey Pop 2 before it even was released. Like ban list, ban. We don't want it. We don't want it. Have all the camera chicks with their boobies in the camera. That's A-okay on Twitch, but no, not this game. This is too much for us. But yeah, that aside,
it's especially erroneous when you read some of the titles that's on the ban list and then you see Honey Pop.
Yeah.
Because there's just I remember reading through it and there's ones that straight up have the R word in it, like the 4-letter R word. And it's just like, first of all, who made these fucking games?
Oh, that one. Okay, that took me a moment.
Yeah. But what? But it's like Honey Pop is just to me. Honey Pop's just as raunchy as a fucking like American Pie movie.
A bit more graphical, maybe, and less. I believe political correctness. Honey Pop is even more crass. But yeah, I get where you're coming from.
Well, I'm just saying, like in graphics and what you're doing, it's raunchy, but it's also goofy raunchy. So to me, to me, they should just ban the actual hentai version. Let's just be real here. But you know, I feel like if you put a age restriction on your thing, which you can do on Twitch, it shouldn't be a banned thing. Because there's no implication that you're not doing anything to these girls that they're not very willing to do.
Well, it's also not the only game, because there are games that are allowed on Twitch that, like, I guess one of the big things is the nudity in the game, but there are other games, like Last of Us 2 was one of the most streamed games on Twitch, and you see some titty.
Damn!
But look, I'm sorry, they rather have depressing titty than anime titty.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, I understand. As a man of culture who has played both games, Honey Pop has the better titty, and I rest my case.
Thank you for coming to Gerber's TED Talk.
Yeah, this is my TED Talk of comparing video game titties.
Exactly, my man. We need to do an after dark version of the AWKWARDCast and bring Gerber back and Wooten and other people of culture.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. What is the entire podcast would just be fuck, marry, kills at that point?
I would
I would not mind.
No. I will put on my coat and my Asgard and have my wine. I actually had a.
You just want justification to wear that more to justify how much you paid for that.
Chrissy.
I mean,
I was gonna
Yes, Gerber?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, when we do this, this will be the one I will be on camera and I will wear a full suit.
Yes.
Oh my. Do we all need to dress formally? Is this going to be like an eyes wide shut thing? Do I need to get like a fucking mask?
I mean, everybody can do their thing. I mean, I do the gentleman. He wears the suits, and you can go for the eyes wide shut. I mean,
that just says more about me than it does about anything else. But yes, you're going to be talking about your playthrough now that you talked about the game.
No, actually, more about the game. So, as you already said, Evelyn, it's a bit more on the craft thing. So, kids, seriously, stay away from it. And it is wrong. It is very wrong as a game. But Jesus, do we have fun? So, I recall when I announced my first live stream, somebody was like, "Yo, dude," and I announced that I'm doing it together with Wolfhead. Somebody was like, "Yo, dude, you will. It's better to be embarrassed together, or to feel cringe together, or whatever, or be ashamed together." And I'm like, I don't know shame. No problem. This game has me so often like, oh no, this is too much. No, it's like. It is.
That game gets my respect if it can get you to feel shame.
It is. It really manages to, which is impressive enough. So it is completely self-aware. It is. They even for this game, for the second installment, they even have a meta character. I mean, the guide character Q is already pretty meta, but there is a character who is actually like. Do you sometimes feel like you are just a fictional character in a game? And I'm like, Jesus!
Are you talking about Zoe?
Zoe, best girl. Wolfhead and I are in love with Zoe. This is like we thought Ashley was A tier, but then Zoe came in and single-handedly introduced the S tier. So that's also a thing.
With you. I'm going to disagree with you on Zoe being anywhere near the conversation for best girl.
Whoa! Dude, next post-show or whatever, but dude, those are fighting words. I get Wolfhead in you. I mean, then it's the thing, Wolfhead and I completely do not see eye to eye on the MILF level. So he is like, MILF City!
He's very much for Jesse, I'm guessing.
Jesse and Brooke, while I'm like, do I have to go to the... Oh god, there are two of them now. Oh, why?
Ashley and Zoe are my favorites. But they're both my favorites.
The best answer.
Not just because Ashley looks like me, I'm not a narcissist, but Ashley's just a lot of fun.
See, the superior answer is Leilani, and that's the right answer.
Leilani is great too. There's a lot of great girls in this game, but we can all agree that Sarah is trash.
Oh, Sarah is so trash, but no, Leilani is must protect. Leilani, please stay innocent. Oh no, she is not actually innocent, but please, Leilani. Leilani is protect. I cannot. I mean, I hope I still date her, but it's Leilani. Anyways, so maybe to wrap this exchange that just happened up, you now get an impression what kind of game it is. It's a waifu war game. It's horny as fuck. It's politically incorrect, and it has anime titties in it. If all of this rings positively with you, then and you are of age, and you are an adult. Let's emphasize this point. And you are an adult. It's a fun experience to have. I mean, you play Match 3. At the end of the day, you play Match 3 for people who are actually not aware, because I didn't mention that. It's a Match 3 game, if you believe it or not. I would say like it's an experience. I can recommend it. Would I recommend it over the first one? Maybe play the first one simply for the reason that the second one doesn't stop referencing the first one. So there will be non-stop references. Oh, you did this and that. And oh, didn't we do this and that? And it's like, I know this because I played the first one. So that's the general recommendation. Pick up the first one. It's probably nowadays available for 5, maximum of 10. I believe it was 10 originally, while the new one is 20. So, or if
Have you
if
gotten to the part where you have to pick something about Polly, like the girl?
Idioty. I mean, that's very specific. It's like one of the characters is trans. It's a trans woman, and you can pick if she is
Quote unquote trans. You can pick if she's actually trans or if she. I mean, if you want to go if she's pre-op or post-op, I guess is the way to put it. But
yeah.
yeah. So there, I'm just wondering because it makes me know how far you are in the game.
Oh, it's like it's in the options when you first start the game.
Before you start the game, you select Innie or Audi, and I was like, I'm here for degeneracy. I obviously pick Audi, and then I got to stare at the bulge while dating her, and I'm like, well, that's my life.
You, in both figurative and literal sense with this game, you made your bed and now you sleep in it.
But yeah, maybe as a final tidbit about this game, what it can also lead to, and this is now the plug for my Let's Play, which is on my Let's Play channel, which is linked down below. I played both times. I played for 5 to 6 hours in one go. And I was not only being dressed the part, but I was also behaving the part, aka having a bit of seasoned grape juice, if you catch my drift. And towards the later parts of the game, I might or might not have lost the capability to tell to tell the difference between, or I might or might not have called a dolphin a penguin. Which instantly got memeified, thanks for that, Wolfhead.
I saw that meme.
Yep, he didn't.
He did, and I just... Every part of me was just...
And
you test me every day, just in the sense of I have to justify every defense of why I like you as a person. And it's just like, well, he's...
And as a little bit of a teaser, so yesterday's streams I already edited it. I put it into individual pieces, so it's not a lot of editing. It's basically cutting it into individual VODs, and this VOD, which includes this epic moment, is also named "Is This a Penguin?" So you know which episode to keep an eye out for, so you don't have to watch the entire 6 hours, only like around about 1 hour to see my greatest achievement yet as a gamer.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But now I think that we should get to the question times, the Q&A, and do a lightning round.
Yes.
God, hearing your stupidity is exhausting.
Fair point. And talking about my stupidity, before we move on to the Q&A, obviously, let's pay credit to Odie's great contribution for the art of the week. In the form of those beautiful 2 memes he created last week live during the show. And this week we celebrate them as art of the week.
Lauren, sweet baby girl Lauren, she's just like, people can't stop comparing me to my dog now. Thanks, guys. It's like, well, it's not my fault you got a dog that looks like you. We can't help it. I have to live with the fact that people keep classifying me and Tia as the same person. What's next? Are you guys going to say that me and Gerber are the same person? Just because we haven't been in a room together? And because he doesn't have a camera on?
I'm not even real. Chrissy's just puppeting me.
Exactly.
Chrissy's just doing a voice.
I programmed all your responses in advance because I just knew how Max would act.
Yeah, I mean, we have been doing this long enough that this would work. And I mean, I also was very impressed that you basically did the same, that you got a practice one on your voice projection yesterday in your art stream, where you pretended to be yourself and Glitchy Bits at the same time. Very impressive. Very impressive.
How did I just record a speed paint beforehand and make that Tia's screen while I was working
obviously.
on actual
Obviously.
You don't help with the whole feeling that life is just a simulation that I'm in and I'm in some kind of mental institution somewhere, and everything is just mad conglomerate of my imagination.
All around
You don't help
are
that.
familiar faces.
That would make it more interesting if I'm being honest. Like
No.
simulation.
Okay, before we get to the Q&A,
Oh.
like fucking, let me tell you something about dear Maxie boy here. I've known Max for like 7 years. It's that this coming month will be 7 years since we met. I think for like a good third of those years, he's made the fucking theory that everything that's happening right now is actually happening in my head. And that he's an imaginary friend that I made. And like, the people that I envy are just other people in the mental hospital. People I know are just doctors or they're imaginary. All this is just... when I travel to go see him, that's just my brain. Everything is just in my head. And Jesus Christ, I would wonder why I imagine things the way that I do. Because you think if I was stuck in my own head, things would be a lot more going my way. I would like to know. Okay, here, Max. I gotta ask, where does Gerber fit in this? And like Derek and the DK crew.
They are also all imaginary, obviously. YouTube doesn't exist. There is no YouTube. Internet has not been invented. This is all. Even the internet is something you came up with.
Trademark that. You should trademark that.
Am I in the 60s? Like what decade am I actually in?
If you get this opportunity, invest in Bitcoin, make yourself rich.
I don't want to. No, I don't want to live with the fact that in this universe, then, if the internet is just something I constructed, then I've constructed every colloquialism and meme. I made the term PogChamp in this reality.
Yeah, but...
Oh my god, that would make life so much easier if you were the PogChamp person as opposed to the other guy who's like now sucks.
I mean, we did have, when we had Mikey on the show, we did "Who's Your Little PogChamp?"
Yeah,
and I said that to Max, and that was the most uncomfortable thing because it just was like, it's wrong. But we did get Mikey to say it to Derek, so I guess we all win in the end.
And we clipped it and put it on Twitter, and Derek's reaction just was like, "What the fuck?"
No, it was like, "The fuck is this?"
Yeah, something else. Good times.
But yeah, no, and that's why Derek will never be. But yeah, so apparently everything's a simulation. This is all in my head. You people are all fake. And I invented PogChamp and memes and Ugandan Knuckles and does that mean I invented PewDiePie? I guess I did.
Yeah. There is no Sweden.
I am your god.
What was this anime with the little schoolgirl who is is God? I always forget the name.
Don't remember.
Danny will probably post it in a second. Or Odie also knows this anime, I believe.
But anyways, question time.
Question time. And
let's get out of my narcissistic fantasy.
Exactly. So, something in favor of this being a lightning round. I only have a single question on Twitter. J-Rock, as always, keeping up the fort. But I hope you're all sitting because it's not a rodeo other question.
No, I'm sitting. My butt is firmly on a chair.
Very good, because I'm
in a nice leaning position. I'm kind of like leaning on my bed in my chair.
As long as you cannot fall over. Then again, for you, the shock will be less, because J-Rock has probably for a year or something, every week, sent a would you rather question, and this time, for the first time, he's breaking it. He's giving himself a break. But yeah, the question. I love would you rathers. The question being, and I'm very curious what my own answer will be. If you were a gym leader, what Pokemon type would you specialize in?
Max, you better not say a Digimon.
Oh, great. I didn't even think of it, but now I feel like it would be a great idea. But then again, now it would just me being what you told. Now it just would be me picking up your idea. So I will not go for a Digimon. That's what you get for it, Gatomon.
Don't go for the vanilla ice cream Pokemon either.
No, that's my favorite.
Why? Because you could possibly eat it?
Yeah, looks tasty.
Is that okay?
I don't know. I don't know anything about Pokemon, and there's one that looks like an ice cone. Now, the story. So we got the question a while ago, like, what's your favorite Pokemon? And the story behind me picking mine was that I literally went to Google and googled most pathetic Pokemon and picked one of the list which I could relate to. This is
You didn't
literally.
pick the one that was a bag of garbage?
The garbage. Yeah, you didn't pick the bag of garbage.
I don't know. Apparently, either it was not on that list or even
It
I
didn't
wouldn't.
strike you enough.
I am trash. Why would my Pokemon be trash too? Doesn't make sense.
Also, I want to defend the vanilla ice cream Pokemon Vanillix because yeah, the design is stupid, but as like a Pokemon, it's really good. Like, it's a great ice Pokemon and it's got great stats.
Here is my 2-hour essay on why you should respect Vanilla Boy. But okay, Gerber, you are our guest. What if you were a gym leader? What would your type be, and what would you lead in with? What is your Onyx to your Brock?
So I think I'd have to go Dragon types because my favorite Pokemon ever is Dragonite. I have a plush of it that I'm staring at right now. So I feel like that would be my rock of my team. Is I will be that Dragon type Pokemon trainer that everyone's like, oh, he's so annoying. I have nothing to compare to get against him, and that's what I want. I want to be that roadblock that you're like, oh, fucking fine, I'll grind.
Do you want to be Winona? Like you want to be the thing that will wipe teams?
I want to be a run ender. Like if you're doing a Nuzlocke, I want it to be like, oh my god, really?
That's a good one. To give Max time.
I will just bullshit it. I have no clue.
I think I would be a psychic type. I mean, my favorite I have actually considered, like, there's only 2 tattoos that I've ever considered in my life. One is one that I'm actually gonna get that Lauren designed. That's like a heart with an infinity sign and stuff. So, and the colors represent like Brett and Lauren and Max and myself and all that kind of stuff. Very personal, very nice. The other is the symbol that's on the psychic type Pokemon card. So, great dichotomy there. But no, I love psychic types. I like psychic and ghost types because I like depressing. Depressing and going into the brain and fucking with people. And I think I would probably lead with Espeon because I'm weak and I like EVs. If I could just make an EV gym, I would. But if I need to pick a specific type, it would probably be Espeon or maybe Alakazam. So those would be mine. No. You know what? Fucking, I would pick Drowsy. Drowsy and Hypno. One of those two would be my lead-ins because hell yeah, I want to knock people asleep and make them think that there's something else. I'm going anime logic. I'm going with the episode where the fucking Hypno hypnotized all the children and they started acting like Pokemon. I want that. I want to be that kind of agent of chaos. I'm not going to be a run ender, but I'm certainly going to be a run annoyer. But yeah, that's mine.
Oh wait, I just remembered where this picture actually is. Haha! So,
Key is fucking scary. Please let her never have Pokemon. Well, lucky for you, Odie, in the world that I created in my mind, Pokemon are fiction within fiction.
Lame. Come on, give us something cool.
So,
I mean, look, I did make a fire type, but they just kept setting things on fire. You just don't see the monsters.
Come on, give me something fun to do. Like, if you could create this like world, like let me do something cool right now.
okay.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
I got mine. It comes with a little bit of a story actually. So
okay.
So my Pokemon, which I will be specialized, similar like Gerber, I will be specialized in one specific Pokemon. It will be a herd of Yangoos.
Okay.
Yeah, a herd of Yangoos because they are kind of like ferrets, right?
They're mongooses. There's actually a ferret.
Okay,
Pokemon.
but still. So it will be mongoose, and the thing is, then I will have my mongoose herd, but then I will one of those gyms that is probably a thing that exists somewhere in the Pokemon verse that some crazy scientist tests a first teleporter. and I will go into the teleporter with my favorite young goose, and this then will lead to me becoming a hybrid abomination that will then continue
You
being.
Jeff Goldblum now? Like what?
Apparently, but yeah. Oh, no.
Okay.
There. Look at this.
Yeah, I remember this.
And-
Thank you, Gray.
And I will then I will just continue being a trainer of young goose, but I will also look like that then.
Yeah. Though, fun fact, there is a ferret Pokemon.
I actually
And
saw
they're
this
very
earlier.
popular.
Oh my.
It's called Furret, and he's adorable. And there's a very most people's favorite video on YouTube is just a ferret walking with music playing in the background. It's very nice, though you probably wouldn't like it because it's cute.
Too happy.
So and you don't do cute.
Exactly.
But there you go. There's your answer. Thank you for the question.
Yeah.
Even Max was able to make a good answer out of it. Okay, so what's your from Take a Hike says, what's your favorite way to tell someone annoying that you want nothing to do with them? You're annoying. I don't want anything to do with you. Like, I would be blunt.
Yeah, I feel like that's the only way to do it is to be blunt. That's such a hard question to answer. Like I don't tend to do that to like even bother.
Okay. I mean, see, I would be blunt if it's someone that's like at a convention or something, so like in person annoying. If it's just a fucking person on Twitter or something, I just would not respond, because eventually those people die out. Though, I bet there's a line, because there was this one fucking person on DeviantArt that I didn't answer their question about Bob's Burgers, so they kept commenting on my DeviantArt profile for like
months.
Do you want?
Months? No, please. I mean, then again, I actually read the comments, so
I didn't read them. So I mean, like, they were bad, right? And so like eventually you just block them. So I think that's the way to say, like, I want nothing to do with you, so you're not allowed to have anything to do with me. Yeah. But if it's an in-person thing, I'm just going to be like, fuck off. I don't want to talk to you. I have refunded people's commissions simply because they're assholes. Like, money is not worth my tolerance.
No, absolutely, and you should draw this kind of a line to not completely sell yourself and your well-being out. It's fine to be a sellout, but not if it's your well-being.
Yeah, but what about you, Max? How would you tell someone that they're annoying and you want nothing to do with them?
The thing is, I'm surprisingly not as blunt as what you would think. I might just, but I come from. You see, I did a little bit of research into dog training. So, and one of the important rules of dog training is that unwanted behavior should be ignored. And also not doing the thing that a lot of the dog owners do, like, oh no, you're not supposed to do this. You know you're not. No, that is you give the dog attention. Whoa. There goes,
I'm just restarting my OBS because it was flickering.
No problem. It's just like, whoa, was my story that bad?
No.
All good.
There
all
we
good.
Go.
Yeah,
continue.
But yeah, that's the thing. So if you really don't want to have a certain behavior, when it comes to dogs, ignore it. And it basically aligns with the internet rule of don't feed the troll. But yeah, what do you do in real life? In real life, probably that's the problem. I got raised. I got raised too polite, so I would probably endure it far longer than they deserve.
Yeah, I mean, I've also seen you be the type of person who just repeats the things back to them to get them to
on the internet,
kind of
yes.
fuck off.
Yeah.
Well, not just on the internet. I remember the guy at Justice League, like.
Oh yeah, who was like, oh, so you are saying this and that. But without misquoting, but more with like, dude, that's what you are saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I guess like I guess it really is a thing like. So sometimes we're just too polite, but the internet has the great thing that you could ignore dumb people.
That's true.
It's like a screaming baby on an airplane. Just ignore them.
I'm not sure if it works the same way with a baby there. Earplugs.
I know. Yeah, see, the baby you can kick in the shins.
Yeah, that's the thing. But
Their shins are not fully developed. They can't fight back.
The baby's weak. They have an inherent weakness. It's just a soft spot.
But yeah,
like,
didn't have a too creative answer.
Yeah, man. I remember the time that we were walking out of Schillerberger. I'm looking for another question. When we were walking out of Schillerberger and that one like 3-year-old just fell frontwards and you were like right behind him, so it looked like you pushed the kid. Just walked away.
Well,
I mean, the kid was fine. Because it was not his fault, mind you. It was just the kid was dumb and wore a thick jacket. But it was still the thing of it looked like this tall German man just pushed this little baby. Okay, Take a Hike also asked, which supernatural beast would you not mind being in a room with?
I guess the answer. I mean, I saw the one answer, so maybe.
Succubus is not allowed.
I just want to say, okay, now Gerber isn't allowed to come up with this answer by himself either. Because
But what Gerber? What like supernatural mythical being would you not mind being in a room with?
I'm trying to think about this. So, I have this thing. I believe in ghosts, and I'm not. If a place is haunted, I'm not fucking with it. I'm not going to be that guy that's like, ghost of this home, you're a bitch, and then have that fuck me over in the long run. Like,
you're not going to be me when I play Phasmophobia.
Oh, I am like that in Phasmophobia. So I maybe it's just in real life. Like, we have like where I went to college, there was this like old mental asylum that people would go in, and one of my friends brought a Ouija board with them. Was like, let's go in there and do that. I'm like, are you fucking crazy? Like, no, I'm not stepping near that place. I didn't want the Ouija board in my home. Also, that was another thing. Is we lived together, and he was like, "Oh yeah, we just got this Ouija board. You just want to play with it?" And we're like, "That stays in your room. It doesn't come out." But
I can't think of Ouija boards without thinking of the Family Guy joke where it's like, Brian, there's a message in my cereal. It says, "Ooh, those are Cheerios."
I don't
That's
know.
the same vibe I get from Ouija boards, though. At least like fake Ouija boards.
Maybe like a werewolf. I feel like I could like be in the room with a werewolf as long as it's not a full moon. They're just a person.
It is true.
You found a good loophole there. I see how it is.
Yeah. You just decide that 1 week out of the month you're just going to go visit someone else. Like, just be like, you know, man, and you are having your time of the month. I'm just going to go and yeet off. You have fun. Don't go in my room. Don't rip up the couch.
My roommate's a werewolf sounds like a bad 80s like sitcom.
No, that sounds like a Disney Channel show, man. That, like, can you imagine with like that kind of you know, that just that like That's So Raven Lizzie McGuire opening, and then they come in and it's like, man, you wouldn't believe the day I had. I ate my own homework. Canned laughter. And then like a fucking guest star comes in that's some teeny bopper thing, and everyone's like, woo!
Oh my god, is that Harry Styles coming to see my werewolf roommate?
And then you realize Harry Styles is also... Every guest star is actually a monster. Hollywood is full of monsters. That's the joke here. And if that was the joke, I would respect it.
Yeah.
So, it specifically says supernatural beast. So, because I saw like answers
anything
like
from
angel.
Anything from Monster Prom, I guess would be the best way to put it.
Ah. But beasts are not necessarily sentient, so angels probably are too sentient for it. if we are talking...
Depending on what versions of angels you're talking about, do you mean like
Ooh.
actual just humanoids with wings, or the ones that's made out of eyes? Like
The actual Bible ones. I mean, they also have sentience, so they still don't count. So if we are talking beasts, it's not as... Okay, let's. Where
Do
are
you
the
want me to
peaceful
stall?
ones? Sure, give your answer.
Okay, if I went with something that has sentience, I'm not gonna go with a werewolf. I may go with like maybe a siren. Because if I could become friends with this siren, that's the best wingman of all time. Like, because here's the thing, especially if you go with like sirens that can also change into human forms, and I just become friends with them, and they are enchanting enough that you just get what you want. Like I like this is not just this is just pragmatic.
My
Can you
roommate is
imagine
a
going
siren.
shopping? Yeah, just going into a store, they sing a couple bars, and then suddenly I can get whatever I want. Like, it's just, that is the best. I would be a fucking crime syndicate. Would never get caught. It'd be like Bonnie and Clyde. Except hopefully I don't die with 1,000,000 bullets in my chest. But if I had to pick something that's like an actual beast, I don't know, maybe I would pick like some kind of, maybe like a phoenix, like a small phoenix bird, because it would make my house warm. And if I could tame it, it could just be, the thing's immortal. It just turns to ash once in a while, and it'd be a bird friend. And I like birds. And most dog friends that are mystical usually end up eating people. I don't want to deal with that.
Except
Except
go
knowing
out.
my...
I thought you were gonna leave when my guy turns into a werewolf.
Knowing my luck, if I was around a werewolf, instead of turning to a wolf, they would turn into like an Italian greyhound. They would turn into Jenna Marbles' dog Kermit, so it would just be a little whiny little dog. I mean, that dog acts like a human, so it would just be for all we know, that dog, when the camera is off, is just a human being that is very sad. But okay, Max, I stalled enough. What is your mythical creature?
I go with a little bit of a specific one, like How I Trained Your Dragon. So not
okay.
necessarily toothless, so it doesn't need to be a Night Fury, but if you, for example, think the small one, the super, what they have some schreckliche Schrecken in German, or whatever the English name was, like the tiny ones. They are basically pets you can have on your lap and whatever. That's
The little lizard dragons.
Yeah. So yeah, basically also going for a loophole.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, next question. Ian's victim of bullying, #HailSod asks, Hail Sod.
Hey, thought.
The Society of Deedle. It asks, if you could have the chance to make a new Pokemon, what would you make? Yay, creative questions, Max's favorite.
Yay.
So, Gerber, if you had the chance that like the Pokemon Studio contacted you and be like, Mr. Gerber, we want you to make a Pokemon. What would you make?
I think I would go for the idea of make something that I know people won't like. I think I'm gonna play the villain. I think I'm gonna do it. Something
Oh boy.
uniquely bad. I'm stalling because I can't think of it. But maybe I would do, like, people really hate when the Pokemon design they perceive as lazy, or it's just something real world animal or object.
What if it's just a human shape? Like it looks like a human, but with a little antenna on its head or something. Normon.
Manmon.
Manmon.
Man.
Go.
It like blurs the
Manmon.
line. It blurs the line of, is it okay for you to catch it? It's just a dude. Who's like, help me, please. That's his cry. It's like, I'm not a Pokemon. I'm not a Pokemon. You're like, get back in the ball, Manmon.
It's a fighting type, but it just uses its bare fist with brass knuckles. Like.
It's a dude who wants to punch a Pokemon, but it make it okay. So he's like, I'm living in the Pokeball.
I don't have to pay rent. Oh, okay. So I think if I made a Pokemon, I would make a dog. That's it. It's just a dog.
It's just a
Um,
dog.
but I you know what? Actually, I would make a starter, one of the starter Pokemons, because interestingly enough, even though this Pokemon franchise has been around for 25 years, they have not made a dog Pokemon a starter. We've never had a dog. So I would probably make like a water dog, like
God,
a
you're
water
right.
type dog Pokemon, and it would be very adorable, and probably a lot of lifeguards would love it, and its main move would be called Doggy Paddle, and that would be my legacy, and it would look like a beagle. That's my rule. It has to look like a beagle.
Hell yeah, beagles represent.
Exactly. But yeah, so that's mine. Beagle water dog. Beaglemon.
So I guess this leaves me
Yes.
to prove that I am a creative person after all. The Pokemon I would think up is for everybody to hate, right? That was a request.
No, I
this
mean
Gerber's.
that's what Gerber did, but
Oh.
you can join in on the bandwagon. You
Yeah,
can
you
be the
can make
Lennon
them
to
hate.
his McCartney
No.
with bad Pokemon.
New Pokemon. You have a chance to make a new Pokemon. Okay, so here's a new Pokemon I would make. It basically should be. I don't like it when they are so extremely like Pikachu, like those extremely looking like a Pokemon, like being so simplistic and whatnot. Even though I'm probably thinking more of the old stuff nowadays. They have a zillion stuff going on. But yeah, I want to have one that is more on eye level, so to speak, and is more useful, like having appendixes and so on. I am furry trash, obviously, and I'm a narcissist, so I would say it should be something like Aengoose. Aengoose, this is my idea. I came up with it. I'm a very creative person. This is a Pokemon that I would invent. Thank you, thank you. So next question.
What would it be? What would be its move set? Like, cause how would it fight? Like, if you threw an Aengoose into a fighting ring, like, what would it do? Would it just bite people, or would it just talk to them to death? Like,
The latter, obviously. It would start its own podcast every Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern, and yeah, slowly but surely erode the fabrics of society one Sunday at a time.
oh man. Yeah, well, let's get through these questions faster, because for some reason my webcam's been flickering
Oh, yeah.
for all get out. And it's not an internet thing. Like,
No,
my
no.
OBS is genuinely doing that.
Yeah,
but-
and the video quality is too good, no fragments, no nothing, so I would not think
yeah,
that it's internet.
it's just being an ass. Aen's victim also asked specifically to me, to Chrissy, how do you deal with Max on a daily basis? When I can figure out the answer to that, I'll be happy to let you know. I don't know. It's been 7 years, and I just do. And vice versa. Don't know, just do. It's one of those situations. You know the ones. I think I actually made a comic that was me and Denim, and the end of it was just me saying he tests us every day. and that comic did involve him pouring soy sauce on ferret chow, so like
I mean, I'm very most likely getting ferrets in the next few months, and I will get ferret chow, and I already have soy sauce.
Don't. Of all the things that I have drawn, that does not need to be the thing we recreate. Because the end of it with me and Denim drinking whiskey straight from the fucking bottle, I think will also be recreated if we have to witness that. But, okay, so the actual question. From Energized Enigmatic, if one day you got the exact amount of money to either buy or build your dream house or workstation, what would said thing look like? And what accommodations would it have? So, you could make your dream thing. Like, dream studio, dream house. What would be in it? What would be your MTV crib?
Well, that's going to be a long answer. So much for the lightning round.
It doesn't have to. Let's just try to make it small. Like, what would be the
But
main
my
thing
dream
in
house
it?
isn't that small. No,
Okay,
but
let's
yeah,
let's
okay.
shorten it to what would be one big thing that would be in the dream house that you would have to you would need a copious amount of money.
I have
for
this.
it.
I have
okay,
this
okay.
already.
Okay.
Please
When
go.
you narrow it down to one thing, I've always said this joke of, as a film buff, I've always wanted a home theater to really like show off, like watch the movies in. But what's the dumbest and most ridiculous thing you would need to do it? I want to be able to watch. I want it to be able to watch Gemini Man, its intended format of 120 frames per second in 3D. So I will spend thousands of dollars to get something that can properly play Gemini Man, a movie I have currently not seen. But the fact that it was intended to be seen in 120 frames per second, when the normal is 24, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly. And the fact that theaters around the world were breaking down because it couldn't handle it.
Oh, would you put an IMAX in your dream house?
I don't know, but I might if I have a limited amount of money. Yeah.
Okay.
Good pick.
What
good
about
pick.
you, Max? What would be one thing that you would put in your dream house?
Yeah, that's the sad thing. I actually was also leaning towards cinema, but now I need to come up with something different. I mean, I already kind of have a nice streaming setup, so having a even better streaming setup is just like I would have my green screen on a curtain rod, so I can easily pull it in and out. But that's too close to reality. I need to go a little bit more extravagant. Here's the thing: some workout room or gym is also still far too mundane. So
a home
because
gym does sound great.
it does sound great, yeah, because that's currently the thing that's jacuzzi, not as fantastic as you always think. It's just like it's nice. It's okay.
The maintenance is not worth it.
Yeah.
It's nice in a place where you don't have to maintain it.
Exactly. And
Oops. But
that's the problem. At the end of the day, if I stay realistic, I actually am far too modest and down to earth of a person to come up with really something like boom of an idea.
I have something to pitch for your dream
No, please,
house.
please.
Have an entire tube system for your ferrets that's installed in the house so they can go wherever they please.
That sounds
And
good.
so you just see them walking around on the walls in their little tubes.
But would I really want them to roam through the entire house? They are fucking ferrets. I will never see them again.
Well, I mean, they would be.
I should
They would
still
have
limit.
just their. They would have a playroom, like a ferret playroom.
That sounds
like
nice.
a ferret playground. Yeah, that sounds nice.
That does sound nice.
Because if I was being realistic and I had my money dollars for a dream house, that would include pets. I would just my big thing would just make sure there's plenty of room for the dogs to have fun. Because
I'm selfish. I chose something for me.
Yeah, but that would be my realistic thing. Good thing that I have a great imagination. I would have one of two things. One, I would have a full, like fucking animation studio in my house. Like it would probably be like the basement or something. So there would just be like multiple computers, great tablets and stuff, and it wouldn't just be for me. Whenever this panorama ends, I would have my animator friends. They can actually work in this studio, and they can have like all the equipment they would need to do their indie things. Like I would actually have a studio like in my house or a separate like warehouse that be on my land. The second thing, which is a little bit lesser, I would have a whole VR room, like a nice big room that I could do VR stuff without me fearing of falling into my desk or like breaking something. I probably would pad the walls. So it would be like an insane asylum, but I get to play Beat Saber in it.
Actually, also not bad.
Yeah, so those would be mine. Animation studio, VR, and plenty of room for the doggos. I mean, if I had the money dollars for my dream house, it'd probably just be full of dogs, which is some people's nightmare, but it's my dream.
Eagle farm.
I don't want to be a farm. I just want to have a lot of dogs. Okay, so the final thing is our favorite question, which is the fuck, marry, kill. The grand finale. Ooh. Which is... I'm just double... Oh my god. Discord was acting weird. So the recent buzz is that the co-creators of Avatar: The Last Airbender animated series have opened up their own animation studio. And with that, that's all the justification I need to make us all go back to the fond but classic time and revisit one of the best animated series of all time with Fuck, Marry, Kill, aged up Avatar boys. As in they are above 18. Thank you for the specification. I mean, in Legend of Korra, we saw that they were adults. We have the carte blank. Aang, Zuko, and Sokka. All three of these guys definitely earned their legendary status and shaped the world and ours in many ways, so this should be quite entertaining.
Also, Flameo.
Flameo.
Flameo, hot man.
Boy. Yes.
So, guess go first.
Yeah, Gerber, you have to fuck, marry, or kill Aang, Zuko, or Sokka. Have fun.
So I'm gonna marry Sokka.
Why?
Because I think we both have that kind of like, we don't take things too crazy serious. We're both joking around a lot. I feel like we would get along in that aspect of like, we could just kind of like, I feel like we'd be a good comedy duo. I feel like that's what I'm looking for, is like, we'd have that back and forth that would make it work.
Also, since he's not a bender, he's not threatening to you.
You're right. Like, that's another thing, is like, I don't need, like, wake up in the morning, turn over, and there's like water being shot around the room at me because I didn't put a dish in the sink.
Okay, marry Sokka.
Just, yeah, okay, so who's your fuck?
I think I'm gonna fuck Zuko.
Oh, you're fucking Dante Bosco. Good choice.
I feel like the bad boy is what like what we want. Like, I feel like I wouldn't want to deal with his, like, he's got too much baggage, and like, baggage is not bad for a significant other. We all have it. But like, he's got a lot. Like, I don't know if I want to deal with that all the time. Like, because I feel like he doesn't get over it either.
Plus he's the emperor.
Yeah.
So he's the emperor. He wouldn't have time for you.
Yeah. Like, but I feel like he'd be a good time. And then I think Aang's gonna get the bullet. I'm sorry, Aang.
Why?
I just feel like he'd be. I don't know. The Avatar got too much going on with his own stuff. He establishes a city. Like, there's no time for me.
Yeah, and I mean, he already dies at a fairly young age when he
was also
becomes
like
an adult. So
he was also a bad dad to like 2 out of 3 of his kids.
yeah, basically. So you know, he's just it's a killing for the greater good. So the next Avatar could be better.
Yeah.
Out with the old, in with the new.
I like
But
Korra
okay,
more than
Max.
Aang.
Oh, I like Korra more than Aang. But what about you, Max? What is your combination? Who's going to be your little bender husband?
I wanted to
The
kill
wheels are turning.
I wanted to kill Aang. Now I actually have to sacrifice one of the good boys.
You don't have to. You
Oh,
could
I
go-
do.
Oh no,
I do.
he has to.
It's traditional.
He likes picking a different combo specifically to fuck me over. So I have to try to bullshit the worst combination.
Nah.
I made this I made this problem for myself.
Oh,
so
absolutely.
I
You stole being the
I'm a-
last one from me. I was originally the last
I'm
one.
a masochist. Yeah, I stole it, so now I have to get punished.
Yep. So
We need to change it so every week one of us has to take the last thing, so it's not just me. You need to
could
have
be.
some fun once in a while.
That's true. That's true. Okay, let's see. So Aang lives. Aang lives for sure. What would I rather do with him?
This shit, I really, it's so hard to pick what you want to do with the literal avatar?
Okay, I guess I just go for screwing over Keyframe while we are at it. So, I will find a way to get out of it. I'm going to marry Zuko. So no gold digger
Okay.
answer for you. So yeah, I'm gonna marry Zuko because he's a Fire Lord, and also from the three characters, he is after he finally got his shit together, probably the most stable. I mean, Aang is a monk. Come on. A monk is not really somebody I want to live with all the spiritualness and whatnot. Zuko is more down to earth. Sokka, I would probably not be able to keep up with him. He is, he's an inventor. He's an insane genius. That's sorry. There's only
that is true. He is a smart boy.
Yeah, at the end of the day, yeah. So I'm marrying Zuko. Marrying good, and he's a good-looking boy. If you're into it, scars make him more interesting. So all the good stuff. Also, who knows?
Don't call them boys. We're trying to remember that they're 18 plus in this scenario.
Yeah, whatever. But here's the thing. Like also, since he kind of is also married to May, this might mean that I also get some in with May.
You need to read the comics then, my friend.
Oh, damn it. And I do. I read a lot of them, but apparently not enough of them. So this gets me then to fuck Aang. I mean, come on. He is the Avatar. He's literally the master of all the elements. And by default, he is an airbender. There's some kinky shit you can do with airbending, which is not necessarily painful. I see like fire and earthbending being very quickly very painful in the bedroom. So,
insert blowing joke here.
Yeah. and I mean, we know... That's also true, actually, yeah. But
I had the terrible thought, I'm sorry, but I want you to know the scene in Korra where the airbender makes the dome of air around the earth. Just that around the dick. And it just...
Yeah. It hurts, but totally worth it.
Oh no, that's like sticking your dick in a vacuum cleaner.
but a very effective one at that.
But yeah, and who are you gonna kill?
Yeah, I'm gonna kill Sokka. Keep the competition low with the evil geniuses. Also, this might free up Suki. So not the evil geniuses, the mad geniuses. Sorry. So
all right.
Sokka has to go. Also, let's make this a little bit more altruistic. Sokka is probably the one. Once again, after Zuko got his shit together, he actually becomes a little bit of a happy boy. Sokka is constantly suffering. He is the creator of his own misery. I mean, the fortune teller tells him as much, and he proves that it's true. He causes a lot of his own suffering, so I want to help him end it.
Then hey, he can go to the spirit realm and be with his moon girlfriend.
Also, yeah, see, I'm that's goodness of my heart.
You're doing him a favor.
Exactly.
You have such a kind heart. No wonder you married the Fire Lord.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Please explain to me why Zuko deserves to die. What did Dante?
I can't do the I can't do the spiteful answer like I did last week, where it was to make you suffer.
What did Dante Basco ever do to you?
What did Dante Basco ever do to me? I mean,
He died for you in Peter Pan.
He did. Okay, I'm gonna kill Zuko because I would imagine if I'm in the world of Avatar that there is the possibility that I am a bender. Let's put it like that. And a lot of people say that I radiate the energy of a waterbender. And waterbenders are fucking powerful. So I feel like I would just start a war. And what's a bigger power move than drowning the Fire Lord? They thought that the Fire Nation would attack, but the Water Nation literally controls the item that is 2/3 of the planet, and also can control blood. So
you
by that
kill
knowledge-
Zuko for megalomania. I believe we didn't have this answer before for any kill, and we have been doing that for quite a while on this show.
Hooray! Murder! So, and then I'm going to marry the Avatar. And, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. You know, marry the Avatar. I can make him, with my wifely wiles, do what I say. And what's better than the ruler of the elements versus the ruler of the seas and world? We would be the ultimate power couple after I kill Zuko. And it would just be a tragic accident. I could just say Katara did it in a fit of rage. I mean, Katara was said to be one of the most powerful waterbenders. And if he married me, he would obviously believe me more than Katara. Oops.
Oh boy, we are going for all the psychopath
Yeah, I'm a
answers
little
today.
afraid of you right now.
We are going completely psychopaths today. The black and white is the fact that California is currently black and white doesn't seem to go a little bit onto your alignment.
And then I'm gonna fuck Sokka because Boomerang. I mean, look, he is an inventor. He has a lot of tools and tricks. Nothing says that that's only for combat and fucking infrastructure.
It's very true.
And I mean, if he was able to bag one of the Kyoshi warriors, there must be something going on there. Because Sokka is a bit of a playboy. Let's be real here. A lot of people like Sokka. Also, he was my favorite character on the entire show, so I just win. And then when he reincarnates into the main character of Dragon Prince, because that is totally canon, then, you know, I could say that I fucked a dragon, too. Well, not a dragon, but a person who has the wings of a dragon. He does have wings.
He does.
So I could say that I fucked him when he was a normie and fucked him when he was a magic user. And that... for once, I think I win. I got to murder, I got to destroy, and I got to fuck. What a great day.
Yeah, I guess you win somehow. No, I'm pretty satisfied with my own answer.
What an awkward victory.
A and Y and Key say hi to the people in the chat. The memes are seen on this live stream as they talk about random grabs. Time for awkward gags. It's the awkward. Random guests and funny gags on the awkward gags. It's the awkward. Hard work and analysis, which you do not